Do you often experience hip tension or stress? It's a common issue affecting many adults, brought on by factors like sedentary lifestyles, aging, or overuse. The hips are pivotal to our movement, and when they're stressed, it can impact our overall wellness. But don't worry, there's a solution. Through daily exercises and stretches, we can combat this issue, improving hip mobility and relieving tension. It's all about consistency and proper technique. So, if you're ready to relieve that tension and stress, stay tuned for some effective exercises. Before we begin, it's important to understand the role of proper breathing. Deep, controlled breathing is not just for relaxation, it's a key component of effective exercise. By taking slow, deep breaths, we allow oxygen to flow more freely throughout the body, helping to relax the muscles. This increased oxygen flow also enhances the effectiveness of our exercises, making each stretch or movement count. So remember, breathe deep, breathe slow, and let your body do the work. Now, with the right breathing technique in mind, we move on to our exercises. Our first exercise will target the hip flexors, followed by a stretch for the hip abductors. Let's start. Stand straight, feet shoulder-width apart, and step forward with your right foot. Bend your right knee, keeping your left leg straight and your foot flat on the floor to feel a stretch in your left hip. Hold this position for about 20 seconds. Remember to breathe deeply and steadily, allowing the oxygen to reach those working muscles. Now, let's move on to the hip abductor stretch. Sit on the floor with your legs straight out in front of you. Bend your right knee and cross it over the left, placing your right foot flat on the floor. Gently pull your right knee towards your left shoulder. You should feel a stretch along the outside of your right hip. Hold this for about 20 seconds, maintaining that deep, controlled breathing. Remember, consistency is key to seeing improvements. Moving on, we have two more exercises focusing on the hip extensors and adductors. The third exercise is a standing leg lift. Stand tall and lift one leg to the side, keeping your toes pointed forward. You'll feel the burn in your hip adductors. Hold for about 30 seconds before switching to the other leg. Now let's move on to the fourth exercise. This is a seated leg extension. Sit on a chair, extend one leg out in front of you, and hold for about 20 seconds. This exercise targets your hip extensors. Remember, it's not about how high you can lift your leg, but about engaging the right muscles. And let's not forget about our breathing. Inhale deeply as you start each exercise, and exhale slowly as you hold the position. This will help you maintain control and ease any tension in your body. Great work so far. Let's keep this momentum going. Next up, we'll be working on our hip rotators and gluteal muscles. Let's start with the fifth exercise, the hip rotation stretch. This exercise is a fantastic way to improve your hip mobility and flexibility. Begin by sitting on the floor with your legs extended in front of you. Slowly bend one knee and rotate your hip, bringing your foot towards the opposite knee. Hold this position for about 20 seconds, remembering to breathe deeply and consistently. Now let's move on to the sixth exercise, the glute bridge. This exercise will strengthen your gluteal muscles and alleviate hip tension. Start by lying flat on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Raise your hips off the ground by pushing through your heels, creating a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Hold this position for about 20 seconds again. Remember to breathe deeply and consistently. Consistency is key here. Incorporating these exercises into your daily routine can greatly improve your hip flexibility and strength. Only 2 exercises left. You're doing amazing. For our final set, we'll target the inner and outer hip muscles. Let's start with the 7th exercise, the hip abductor stretch. Position yourself on all fours, slowly extend your right leg to the side, keeping your foot on the ground. Feel the stretch in your outer hip as you hold this position for 20 seconds. Remember to breathe deeply, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth to help release tension. Moving on to our 8th and final exercise, the hip adductor stretch. Sitting on the floor, bring the soles of your feet together. Gently press your knees towards the floor using your elbows. Hold this position for 20 seconds, targeting the inner hip muscles. Again, use your breathing to assist with the stretch, exhaling as you apply gentle pressure. These exercises target the often overlooked hip muscles, crucial for movement and flexibility. Regular practice will help alleviate hip tension and stress. And there you have it, 8 hip exercises to relieve tension and stress. Congratulations on completing all 8 exercises. You've taken a significant step towards relieving tension and stress in your hips. These exercises, paired with deep, controlled breathing, are crucial to maintain daily. Consistency is key. Make them a part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth or having breakfast. Doing so will enhance your movement and alleviate any aching. Remember, your body deserves care and attention. Here's to happier, healthier hips.